option for MIBR to get a head start.
Oh, well, that certainly is a big star. Pistol kills are raining here in favor of MIBR currently. First is the only 1-4, but a very large number advantage and looking to add more to the list as well. As poppins has been spotted, it's going to push down. But this is a very tricky situation. Fluxo is split up. The bomb does have free range here over towards the A bomb site. But is all by herself. At least that bomb plant will guarantee money in the pocket for next round. But let's see if they can actually hold off the CTs here.
Yeah, it's a 2 versus 4. MIBR does have to go for the retake, but they're in a pretty good position. Both players being isolated. Nice timing for poppins, but the hits aren't coming quite in. So khizha takes the first hit, and therefore it's only annaEX getting another one. But it just wasn't meant to be. First round is going to go to MIBR.
Yeah, and it all started off with very early aggression. MIBR absolutely having no chill. So immediately gonna go push from main, for example. Immediately shut down Fluxo Demons, and with that, it's a very difficult spot. I think Fluxo can be honestly quite happy that a bomb plant was guaranteed here. So now in this next round to come, they can make it very competitive.
I mean, they are gonna get the weapon advantage, so they should be able to get a second round off of it. But that's what we've seen from MIBR, right? The pistols going really well, which gives you an advantage. I feel like pistols are very underrated a lot of times.
For sure. And now we had our first casualty over towards mid, and in fact it was yungher caught in the act of the spray through the smoke. So not the best start here for Fluxo, but definitely not impossible to still make this round work. We see them hanging about the bottom of mid, waiting for the smoke to fade, as well as wrapping through the backside of A. So it looks and it smells a lot like they perhaps want to see if they can split that. But MIBR, thus far, they're just being patient. They're waiting it out. Deploying util, causing delay. Oh, and actually gonna go for a peek for information. Flash comes through, and that means the end of Yuli.
Now 2 players less on the side of Fluxo Demons are trying to take one from MIBR, but the trade comes in right away. They have managed to get on site though, but the bomb plant has to come down, being taken care of now. So it's again MIBR's turn to go for the retake, but also, again, with a women advantage.
Now it's a bit of a deja vu, a 2 versus 4. Now MIBR, the only thing you have to do is just take it step by step. There is a good trade though. annaEX finds one, poppins finds one, but that is all they will get. It is MIBR finding consecutive round here, and that means that the money is in a bit of an iffy situation here for Fluxo. They could potentially buy. They got, 2 bomb plants back to back. They got a couple kills. But yeah, you feel like this is a round it could potentially turn into their favor. But it just doesn't quite come off the ground just yet. So it looks to be just upgrade of pistols for the time being.
I mean, fair game to them. They bought in the second round due to getting the bomb plant down. They got it again, but this time they'll have to stick to the pistols. They do have a lot of utility trying to get a bit of damage out. But losing Goddess and 2 more players immediately, it just doesn't look like they can do a whole lot of damage in this round.
My lord, REGIANE is just eating up all these kills. She's up on 8 already. Feels like whatever REGIANE is, that's just where Fluxo is heading, and she just farms everyone right up. That means it's only poppins, and with her position now being revealed, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these players might go for a bit of a cheeky hunt.
I mean, look at Bab. She's already across the map running around, but they don't even have to wait for her. First, he just takes the kill, and therefore, a 3rd round in a row for MIBR.
Yeah, this is not really nice. That money's stacking up nicely for them. And yeah, we can take a little bit of a look again at the eco-frag farm happening down on middle. So yeah, REGIANE surely must be feeling confident with that. But the real test is yet to come. This round especially is going to be a very good example of what Fluxo can do on this map. We have an AWP in the hands of yungher, and yeah, sure, she doesn't always pick up the AWP anymore, but when she does, we know she can be amazing. So we have a setup here, so she is holding off, but gets tagged in the process, so it is annaEX's duty to sort of go aggressive down towards the B bomb site and put pressure on them, but didn't quite work out here.
Utility keeping Fluxo further away from the B site for now. But that also means it's gonna be missing in the late round, but for now they do have a bit left on the backbone. Taking out the speed of the round, just waiting it out. Maybe going for a re-hit?
Looking for sort of signs of MIBR, what their plan is. So they've realized there's a smoke out towards the A-bomb side and immediately make the shift into water, in towards long as well here, wrapping around the side. But it's REGIANE who continues to add kills. She's putting pressure on the frog water, and that's a follow-up as well. Dani finds a double, and once again, Fluxo with 4 women strong upon the site. They can't make it happen. There's too much force to reckon with.
Baiting the plant for a second, but still having 2 players look in her direction. MIBR takes the 4th one in a row as well, and we've predicted MIBR being strong in the first couple of rounds due to the pistol win percentage, but I don't think we've seen a 4-0 coming, so the tactical timeout use is, I think, very well placed.
Yeah. This is definitely a moment for Fluxo to think, okay, what is happening? What is going wrong? Because, you know, we tend to see them lose the pistol, but occasionally, you know, they would force after pistol. They got the bomb plant here in this case, so they had every right to force. And in a lot of those occasions, we see them bounce back relatively fast, and that's currently not happening. So it's not looking the brightest. They are actually going to be going for a force buy here. So we have a scout, an MP5, a weapon we don't always get to witness, and upgraded pistols alongside of it. Some people at least will have a bit of extra cash left in the bank for an additional round after this. But yeah, I do hope that this can sort of be the additional firepower they need in order to perhaps pull off somewhat of a force buy.
To be fair, on the flip side, we are getting a very great demonstration from MIBR right off the bat as to why they've picked Anubis. They seem to feel very, very comfortable, and for now, everything's looking to go their way.
We've seen Anubis once, I believe, in the season. Actually, no, not yet. No, not yet in this season, but it was last season that they were playing against X-Divina. And they did actually really solid on this map. So we know that they have somewhat of a good track record on this. We see them play it in Cash Cups as well. Yeah, on the flip side for Fluxo Demons, we occasionally get to see it. Like, we often praise them for having them, or for them having quite a wide map pool and them being sort of able to route on whatever map there possibly is, with the exception of Mirage. That's just their insta-ban, and then whatever other map is thrown at them, they usually are able to bounce pretty well off of that. But Anubis is a bit of an exception. They played it 6 times over the course of this season, past season, and the win rate is not really great. They've only won 2 occasions out of the 6. And, you know, we're talking about pretty much the most dominant team in the region.
That doesn't sound great for them. I'm not gonna lie, Fluxo Demons now needs to pull it back. I mean, of course, right now the weapons are on the grader, so we don't expect them to necessarily win this one, but a lot of damage would be nice. They're getting Baps right up the bat. the one trade coming in. They did get a lot of damage though. It is an AK on Goddess. First, he doesn't get the angle on the player and misses the first shot, so that's more time on the clock for Fluxo.
Oh, spray down almost a second, and look at this! That's the first round on the board for Fluxo, and who would have thought that this would be the round that Fluxo could do it? They had a very unfortunate start, I would say, because MIBR was very much prepared for a quick-paced push. They threw in the nades, 3 of the players were below half HP, and they're still able to make it happen.
I think I pulled a B-dog and just curses them, so, we don't expect them to win this one, right? And they just win it. I mean...
And they just do.
Fair game to them. Maybe even a follow-up now that they have the better weapons and an AWP as well on yungher again. Let's hope she doesn't get a lot of damage like Furzy does right now.
Yeah, last round as well, Furzy on your very heavily tagged by one of the players up on the site. And immediately sort of being very much cautious of how much space she can take with an AWP. And suddenly, yeah, it all fell apart for MIBR. But, you know, there's plenty of bank build up, so we do have another buy for them. Also, excuse the minimap. The minimap is doing all sorts of weird things, I've noticed. It's like we have double the amount of players of MIBR on the map. Not quite sure that's what it's supposed to be showing. So I was a little confused where everyone was sitting. But it looks like we have 2 players here on this A-bomb site playing a bit more inwards. And trusting that a smoke is going to be good enough. Babs is holding for a potential lurker to come around the corner. Oh, but they're looking away at the wrong time. Both of them just not paying attention, not aware. And with this, the bomb site is compromised. There is so much space taken very deep into CT that I'm wondering, what can MIBR do? And especially on the back of the previous loss, there's not that much money left in their banks either.
I was gonna say to save doesn't sound like too bad of an idea. We don't see them going for it as well. Not even really positioning for any exit frags, just trying to stay alive at this point. Are they gonna... I think they'll be able to at least invest in the next one for Babs and REGIANE. Or annaEX maybe taking a hit? Maybe even...
A bit tricky.
Taking the AWP from yungher as well would be nice. But for now, it's just surviving.
Yeah, it's not worth fighting for an AWP if you're going to be losing your rifle. Because right now, with 2 rifles, they're at least are able to work around that and get somewhat of a full buy going again and make it competitive. Try and, you know, not let this lead slip away. But it's certainly, yeah, this round, the gap that Fluxo was able to find in the timing of MIBR was brutal.
And that's what you're kind of going for, right? Always trying to find the gap in the enemy's defense, maybe trying to find some opening where you can slip around or even just get the first kill. But they've made use of it quite well. I do imagine MIBR being aware of this now, though, and trying to close any gaps that they've possibly left.
Yeah, it could have been something simple as a miscommunication and them sort of doubting of maybe to rotate a player over, then which of the 2 would it be? Because it kind of seemed like a situation like that. But then again, we learn from mistakes and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Utility getting traded in mid. REGIANE now switching to the second angle. Goddess pushing forward, but the timing's better for her. Seeing Goddess shoulder gets an easy frag out of this, so it's technically a 1-for-1. 4v4 situation remains.
We do have CTs in very sneaky positions down in water here. This position is so powerful from Danny that if Fluxo were to make up their minds, maybe want to go for B instead of A, they could be in a lot of trouble if they don't clear their corners. And now they're taking their very sweet time. There is going to be a smoke, but I'm not sure if it's going to be stopping them. And now Furzy in a lot of trouble. I think she's on her own looking at the minimap right now. And I think she just has to sort of hold it off, let the bomb be planted, and hope a retake can be possible. But in the process of it, they lose 2 players like flies. And immediately MIBR are calling it. This is not worth going for.
Nope. Once again, just try to survive. Which might have been the call for Furzy as well. Just survive. We're almost there. Wait for us. But if you get pushed, there's not a lot you can do. So therefore, it's going to be another one for Fluxo Demons. Slowly but surely catching up to MIBR. And MIBR, on the other hand, losing what they've had in the bank.
And that means there is now space for Fluxo to creep it closer and closer, put the pressure on, and really show that they are the Titans that MIBR will have to beat. And it's not going to come as easy as this first 4 round.
Round number 8. About to start. Only 1 M4 and an 8k for MIBR. Not the best loadout on their hands, but, well, we've seen it demonstrated by a Fluxo that doesn't have to mean you can't win a round, so maybe. They do have a bit of utility, some HEs, and smokes to help them.
It seems like they got a heavy focus here on this B-bomb side, and Furzy has a double flash in her hands. Maybe want to flash someone out for information to maybe get yourself an advantage in that way. Now the timing comes on out. So we have one of those rifles alongside Danny here on the pistol pushing out. They do spot 1 player, but they need to be very much aware that there could be more people lurking around the map than they like. And this is a big find for Babs.
Scavenger hunt goes successful indeed. 3 weapons now for MIBR. Same as for Fluxo, but MIBR now has the woman advantage. It's getting harder and harder to get this round, possibly. Couple of utility pieces, 3 flashes still for MIBR. Utility now coming out. For Fluxo trying to get on side. Poppins flash, but Danny still going strong. Holding on.
Oh! That was a great... Actually, no, I think that was a team flash that happened. A very unfortunate situation, and it's costing Fluxo their lives. Because I thought for a second with how MIBR was still rotating in, that it could still get tricky for them, but they were just given so much space and time to work with on the side. It seemed like the push from Fluxo upon the on the B-bomb side was just not very well coordinated, maybe relying too much on individual power there.
Yeah, it seemed like some miscommunication might have happened, which has happened to MIBR before as well, but in those situations where you should have won the round probably, at least when we trust the numbers, that's really unfortunate.
That's a very painful missed shot, and immediately the trades are there. Fluxo is not looking to stop at all. Sure, there's a smoke, but the util set up. So maybe they can still commit. Actually, no, they're gonna call it. Gonna back off. Now, they've done a lot of damage here to MIBR, so honestly, no matter where they go, health advantage is certainly going to come into full effect. And now numbers as well. We have only 1 CT up on this B-bomb side who is not very tempted to go for this on her own. Needs backup. And it's going to go for a long angle, but there's not that much she can do. She's not in a prime position in order to deal with those Ts. Just has to wait for backup.
There's a couple of very dangerous nades still in the hands of Fluxo Demons, so MIBR has to be extra careful. Also Furzy being low HP, but Fluxo makes it fast one. Taking the round into their hands, 4-5 now. And they've tried, right? Babs tried to save the life of Fuzzy, which she succeeded, but she traded her own for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the help was just not really in their favor. That means it's a very easy affair here for Poppins, who we know is a star rifler. Yeah, very easy job here for her to just mow them all down. And that means, you know, with how Fluxo Demons is getting perhaps a bit too close for comfort. It's now MIBR's first time out being called. Yeah, the pressure certainly is rising. It's not going to be an easy affair, no matter, well, yeah, for both teams.
And for MIBR, we are again seeing the bank being further reduced, might I say. So this could be a key round for them, since the save probably has to come out if they lose this one. Let's see if they've been cooking something good up. They certainly need it right now if they don't want Fluxo Demons to get towards the 5-5.
REGIANE eager for information, but control denied for the time being. And instead, maybe they're looking to grab it somewhere else. Fuzzy boosted up here, but in a very vulnerable position as well. She's not been having the best time over towards A main. So perhaps a bit reluctant here to go for something similar like she's done the past couple rounds.
Coming out now, they know where Fuzzy is at. She has to reposition, going in the open. Yuli finds the first and the second as well. Oh, but even the third can't stop her. A side is under her control. She's alone. The bomb just has to follow up to get towards the side and get the plan out, but that's not even needed anymore. 5-5.
Yeah, so once again, hunting for information, in this case Fuzzy just jumping up and down, hoping that she can look over to smoke. It's gonna be punished. Fluxo is very much ready for a place like this to play out. And they're ready to strike. So whenever you make a mistake, they're gonna take advantage of that.
Nice flash coming out further with the push, getting another kill. Maybe advantage in numbers, picking up the AK and even getting a second out of the way. MIBR taking the women advantage. Kind of pressuring Fluxo Demons in an uncomfortable position. They do get the A site for themselves in return though. Bomb plan has been going down. MIBR now has 2 weapons to try to make this retake a successful one.
Still a lovely kill here from khizha, now with 2 AKs. Who knows what they could still do, but the health is not quite in their favor. But meanwhile, Babs makes it so tricky, but an AK, no kit, and no armor, no HP. Yeah, this is just, you're gonna have to go and run. But what an effort from MIBR.
That was a really good round for what they've had on their hands, to be honest. This could have gone either way at some point, and that's not typically what you want if you're Fluxo Demons, to have this round be such a close one.
Yeah, I love a call like this. So you have pistols, you have nothing to lose, and Fluxo has just been continuously going super aggro on you. So, you know, maybe just go and throw a present right back at them. And, you know, money in the bank now back again. And, well, only problem being is that MIBR lost their lead now. So pressure certainly is on to try to make this a tie at halftime.
Coming out, kind of expecting it, pushing through the smoke and getting what they came for. There has been a trade, however. Maybe second push. Yuli with the flash in her hands. They're hugging in the smoke, but REGIANE finds the kill. MIBR with the advantage once again.
So immediately with mid being compromised, there's only a single molly being thrown, but immediately so many of those CTs are busy with that specific part of the map that right now they're sort of stuck. They're stuck in this part with all 4 of them, delaying the retake into the site. Now there's plenty of time still. There's a kit on board as well. and a woman advantage. But the time is starting to tick. And you can try and be quiet, try to shift, but at some point you gotta make some noise. You gotta get that defuse going. REGIANE finds the first, and follow-ups are soon found. It's only yungher. Eyes on the side with an orb, but the utility is raining down the face. She does a lot of damage, but a tie is inevitable. It's 6-6. Who would have thought that this was going to be this close? 6-6 is the scoreline, as we had MIBR having a great start early on, but Fluxo Demons certainly crawled their way back into this matchup. Now, pistol statistics still hold up. MIBR has been doing wonderful upon the pistols, but maybe Fluxo can change things up now that they're on CT side.
Maybe. yungher getting first contact and even the first frag, so good opening for Fluxo Demons. Immediately taking a hit at MIBR's pistol winning potentials. Oh,
well, not if you're talking to Dani or REGIANE. REGIANE's continuing to add kill after kill to her list, but there's still a couple of those CTs close. Goddess does have to wait for the rest of the team to arrive, but they're already in a very close proximity, but MIBR is not done fighting. Downy finds three of her own, and Babs is the one to finish it off. MIBR, they just continue to prove themselves that, you know, we don't need rifles. Pistols is where it's at.
I mean, Danny proving a point and Babs trying to add even more kills to her statistic. Maybe we can have a comparison at the end of the season to see how many they've collected then over all of our days. But
yeah,
now,
we have one big pistol like shoot off.
I mean, for now they're staying true to what we expect from them.
100%. And with now Fluxo being on that CT side, that means no bomb plans to rely on. And no money in their banks. They're, you know, they're at least stacking a bomb site, which I think is always nice. That gives you a potential that if you land a headshot or two, you can make things very sticky, but not the case against MIBR. They make it clean. Bit of extra cash farmed as well with the Mac 10 from Babs. So thus far, not really much to worry about, but now is the big round where the big guns come out.
Talking about big guns, Orb coming out for yungher as well. She's been picking it up more this time. And she's been, I think, more successful in this matchup as well.
Yeah, it was especially the early stages where she was relatively quiet, but then, you know, Fluxo lost the first 4 rounds. No cash in the bank for an Orb just yet. But now, Fluxo's been slowly finding their pace a bit more. And immediately yungher sent to help out over towards middle, as that part of the map is currently lost. So no eyes, no information, and potentially here for A to be compromised. So they ask for additional cavalry and poppins as well. Make sure that the eyes on mid are not lost. Now there's util being thrown, so immediately 2 eyes being put up to the task to focus here. But a very awkward situation. Babs is immediately traded though. So numbers still maintain an advantage here for MIBR.
Yeah, Babs got kind of sandwiched. There was an enemy on all of her sides, so kind of have to decide which one you want to go down to be fair. Now it's a 3v3 though, being on site. The trade's coming in, and Fluxo comes out on top. 2 players remain, so there is 3 rifles that you have to reinvest for. And the Orb is gone, which, that's unfortunate. Can't rebuy that one.
Yeah, it's a relatively big investment that you are going to be losing. On the flip side, Fluxo did win their round, which I guess is also worth something, knowing how close this matchup is. Yeah, and this retake, of course, they already had the numbers in their favor. But MIBR was really struggling trying to even get sort of close to getting a bomb plant. The smoke sort of creating a false sense of security. And Fluxo very easily could just spam right through. They had the numbers. And nowhere for MIBR to go.
Let's see where they want to go in this one. 3-on-1 spot, but very tucked into the same area. One nade could do a whole lot of damage if you were to throw it their way. But for now, Fluxo is remaining passive, playing more reactively to what MIBR is trying to do.
Oh, lovely free fire, and immediately, well, that's a double kill. yungher finds an additional one here as well. They just have each other's back. This is exactly what you expect out of a great A-side hold. Now, needs to be a bit careful not to get caught upon the flank immediately, but, you know, they have bomb control. They know where the last player is. This is Fluxo's round any day of the week.
And really well played, you know, they hear the step through Acon and they're like, okay, they're gonna come now, the pre-fire comes in, does a whole lot of damage immediately, and you find all the kills you need to find. Just really well played from MIBR. Fluxo, sorry.
So yeah, with that, it is a scoreline all tied up again. And, you know, MIBR off to a very good start immediately, but this time they couldn't quite build up a streak like they did in first half. So things are starting to get a bit tricky, especially also in that economy department. So they're going to take this round to call a timeout. Maybe think of the long-term plan of the second half. And yeah, make sure you stay within close range of your opponent.
I don't dare to say that they shouldn't lose this one, shouldn't win this one for MIBR, but you know, you never know.
You never know.
Especially in Counter-Strike.
Oh, but look at that! That is a devil's nade thrown. Almost getting rid of 5 players. If only there was a follow-up nade, it would have just been game over here for MIBR. But this already is just a very rough start. So, you know, mid is not quite where they wanted to go. Merely throwing the snake route down towards the A side into heaven. But, oh, lovely position here from yungher. So, maybe not quite a position where you would expect a CT to be sitting. But, yeah, with that, on the back of the nade, easy clean up here for Fluxo. Take back the lead and build up some bank.
And very well played again. Golos just holding back a little bit, has to trigger discipline. Just giving away the information, okay, they are choosing their side now, coming in, running in. And your mates now know where to shoot. It's been pretty straightforward for them so far. And maybe even more of a storyline or scoreline that like we've expected. Since we expected MIBR to take the first pistol rounds, but then technically Fluxo Demons to come out on top, so.
Oh, that's rough. So we see the nade being used in order to peek for information, but immediately a Molotov to counter that action. And MIBR is not looking to sit still, looking to maintain control, put that pressure on this B bomb site. But they're forced to slow things down. The smokes not make it very easy to continue with the plan. And things calm down for the time being.
Molotov thrown as well. Trying to hold them back for a little longer. 15 seconds on the clock. Flash is going out for MIBR, trying to commit onto site now that the bomb is caught up to the rest of the team, but we do see back of the first player on annaEX. Goes out with the second one. Therefore, it's a 1v3. Finally the first, but the refrag coming in, really nice. Oh, not a real crossfire, but nice reaction to peek there. Really nicely played from Fluxo.
Yeah, you just see that the communication is very well on point. So they got in a bit of trouble towards water, but immediately managed to find a way to slow down MIBR, and it worked. They had to take the time to regroup, to reinvest into their user upon the site, but by that time, Fluxo had a lot of numbers upon that B-bomb site and had a very good setup in their defense.
Smoke's coming out. Bit of a utility trade first. But they trying to go through, finding the first kill, but it's still weapon advantage, and MIBR just getting demolished in their eco round. Well, somewhat to be expected, I dare say, now after we've played their eco round. Just to be safe. So it's an 11th round for Fluxo Demons. MIBR have to win this now, and well, almost have to be flawless now if they want to catch up again.
Yeah, Poppins is just so clinical when it comes to these things. And sure, in this case it was pistols, but we've seen her getting so many multi-kills in this first map alone. I mean, this is really what we're used to seeing of Poppins, but it is always good to see her continuing to deliver and not really, you know, hitting a weak spot at all in any kind of matchup that we're witnessing. Now, this time, perhaps roaming a bit too freely here down in water. And MIBR very much ready for someone to push. So, with that, they do lose their first player. And it looks like maybe Fluxo keen to get once again, a bit of information, only not ready for MIBR to bring the heat into this round, finding opening after opening, member after member, and it's only yungher with an orb as the last one standing.
The timing's better for MIBR. And at the right moment in time, they managed to get another round for themselves onto the scoreboard. The first of, well, a couple they have to get. And right off the bat, Fluxo answers this with a tactical timeout. Well, they do have a couple of them left, so why not use it? They're still 2 rounds ahead, but they don't want to lose the advantage they have right now.
Yeah, so we can see that immediately those CTs, they wanted to peek, they wanted to trade, but it's not always an easy affair. And yeah, still extremely close. 11-9. A small margin. Fluxo, of course, only need 2 more in order to win this first map and actually steal MIBR's map pick away from them. But now is the time for MIBR to get things back going, to try and still win out their map.
Is it too late to change my predictions?
Well,
about that, I mean, it's not over yet. MIBR still able to turn this one around if they want to. annaEX, though, pushed forward together with poppins, maybe trying to find one out of position, but no one quite there yet. On the other side, though, finding 2 Bops and khizha have to leave the server. Fluxo Demons finding themselves an advantage.
slowly creeping. Actually going to be boosting up from the smoke. Oh, leg spotted. Not quite the kill, but immediately, of course, they will try and abuse that. Poppins burns even lower. But it's still a large number advantage here for Fluxo, and now getting in position. People spotted, and, well, there is a trade, but there continues to be a delay time after time up now in the hands of Furzy. Creeps right through, but spotted, and it's the USP that will become the better of her eventually. This is just really rough. When time and time again you lose players early in the round, I mean, we saw the same thing with Fluxo when they were on their T side, really struggling to find an entry, to get a bomb plan going, and you're just sort of being gate kept from a bomb site.
Well, sometimes all it takes is the USP. For MIBR, it takes a couple of rounds to bring us into overtime now. And maybe it's the A rush, but the first one's getting picked off by yungher immediately. Yuli trading with Babs as well, but MIBR fighting back. Now Babs, as the last woman standing, has to face 3 Fluxo demons to keep them in the game, but doesn't manage to do so. It's a 13-9 for Fluxo Demon.
Yeah, it looked like an extremely close affair, but the further and further we got into this matchup, it started to smell a lot more like this was Fluxo Demon's map almost after all. But yeah, that means that MIBR